Voters in some polling units across Wuse under the Abuja Municipal Area Council participated in the just concluded election in the FCT. Our correspondent Dorcas Yakubu, who reports from polling units in zones 3 and 4, says the polls went on smoothly from accreditation to voting. Her report.
It was an early start for residents of Wuse zones 3 and 4 as voters arrived at their polling units ahead of accreditation. Officials of the Independent National Electoral Commission arrived with both sensitive and non-sensitive materials, setting up ballot boxes and beavers machines before voting commenced. Accreditation began shortly after 8:30 a.m. with voters forming orderly queues under the supervision of security personnel. The biometric verification process ran smoothly in most of the polling units visited, although a few voters reported minor delays.
My expectations on this election is to see things thrive for the average Nigerians and let there be a successful one. Let there be no rigging because all eyes is on INEC. So I applaud their strength. It's not easy. So we expect much and we expect good governance and let the people's vote count.
In fact, though it's going on seamlessly without problems, but I must tell you that for someone to get his name is very, very difficult. Like myself, there are 10 polling units here in GSS Wuse Zone 3. I've gone around even up till now. I can hear some minutes past 8. I've not been able to trace my name. That is the issue I think we are encountering here right now.
The voting process is going on smoothly, although very, very slowly. I'm surprised at this level. This is not the first time we are doing this same type of voting. And the issue of presenting yourselves and identifying yourselves and going to cast your vote is very, very slow. Even sometimes after casting your vote, they have to capture you. I think that by now we should have reached a level whereby your name is out, they will get your details and you vote and just leave the scene.
Security personnel were deployed around the polling centers to ensure a peaceful exercise, while party agents monitored proceedings in line with electoral guidelines. However, a chairmanship candidate of the African Democratic Congress attributed the low voter turnout to the restriction of movement allegedly imposed by the minister of the FCT, Nyesom Wike.
Well, you can see on ground zero here, very low voter turnout. And you can ascribe this to what the minister said, yesterday. There was no need. I've been here for about 40 years. We've never had a case where almost declaring a state of emergency for no reason a night before, the elections, local council elections. For Amak, it has always been peaceful. We've never had any, chaos. But to now begin to change the cultural narrative of what we've enjoyed here for all these years into a very chaotic, making it look very, tense. It's uncalled for. That's what I would say.
Although there was low voter turnout, Trust TV could not independently verify the allegation at the time of filing this report. A representative of the APC expressed confidence in the electoral process.
We have cast our votes and the election is very successful and it is very transparent. And we're hoping at the end of this exercise, our chairman will come back for the second time in our own party, the APC. Both the councillor and the chairman, inshallah, who will win.
Despite the concerns raised, voting and counting proceeded peacefully in the polling units visited. Although some polling units recorded low voter turnout, electoral officials said the process remained orderly and free of major disruptions. At polling unit 076 Wuse Zone 4, Sani Abacha Estate, the ADC chairmanship candidate Dr. Moses Paul won in his polling unit, securing the majority of votes cast. The polling unit had 454 registered voters with 10 accredited voters. The ADC polled 7 votes while the APC secured 2 votes. 1 vote was declared invalid. For the councillorship election at the same polling unit, the results were the same as the chairmanship outcome. At Government Secondary School Wuse Zone 3, voter turnout was also observed to be relatively low compared to previous elections, although accreditation and voting were conducted smoothly. INEC officials assured voters of a free and fair election.
Been very peaceful. Yeah, as you can see, the environment is quite calm. Everything is going on well. People are just going about their business, even though there is a curfew, but yeah.
Okay, we INEC, we always try our possible best to see that the elections are free and fair and the elections are credible.
Residents expressed hope that the overall outcome of the election would reflect the will of the people. Dorcas Yakubu, Trust TV News, Abuja.